Guys of Reddit, what's the creepiest thing a lady has done that was meant to be romantic? Never met her. I was bored looking through the Instagram Explore tab and noticed a photo of me. She wrote that I was her boyfriend and there were 3 photos where she must have been sitting near me and took a selfie with me near to her. After that I stopped wearing earphones and started paying attention. I spotted the chick looking at me, so I said that I found her Instagram photos and she went red and just screamed. This was in a library. The end. Haha, that one is pretty funny. She got caught. My buddy's girlfriend showed up at my front door drunk and ready to bang. She professed her love for me and had built up this secret relationship between the two of us in her head. Like, we had our song and stuff like that. She said that the only reason that she was still with him was so that she could see me. I was pretty creeped out. I was polite, but told her that I wasn't interested in any way. I made sure that she got home safe and then called my friend to tell him what happened. When he confronted her, she said that we had slept together that night. He called me on speakerphone in front of her and asked what happened. I told him the same story I told him the night before. He broke up with her right there and threw her out of his house. She emailed me about 6 months later to tell me that she missed me. I did not respond. That fact that he believed you over the girlfriend shows that you two are true brothers. He's basically family. Hid in the backseat of my car, wanting to surprise me when I got off of work. She was aiming for cute and quirky. I thought I was being robbed. Scared the absolute shit out of me. She could not understand how I didn't find it hilarious. I was officially, in her eyes, branded no fun, and we broke up pretty soon thereafter. I had a girlfriend when I was young who carved a heart with my first initial inside it into the flesh of her hip. No second initial. She would have dumped her on the spot. She lacks dedication. Shivers. My ex blindfolded me and tied me down while promising to do crazy things. The crazy thing she ended up doing was cutting her initial into my inner thigh. Always ask for specifics. Always. In middle school, this girl I knew took my gum and started chewing it. Like she stuck her fingers in my mouth, pinched my gum, and put it in her mouth. I was waiting to order a drink at a bar in Tallahassee when I felt something go up my ass. I turn around fist raised, and it was a very drunk FSU girl with her finger up my ass. I was wearing basketball shorts and admittedly shouldn't have been commando at the time, so she really got up there. When I lowered my fist and yelled, "What the duck?" she started rapping Guilty Conscience by Eminem. She rapped pretty flawlessly for about a minute before I finally took in the whole situation and decided to walk away. No part of that story is false. Floridians are just the weirdest ducking people on the planet. Eater, her finger left my ass when I turned around. Just wanted to clear that up. Eater 2. It turns out the place was Cabo's Island Grill and Bar. Sorry everyone with money on Bullwinkles. That sounds like an initiation. Finally, I get to tell this story. I'm on the train. This girl behind me is having the most boring phone conversation I've ever heard. Some guy she thinks is cute or something. I keep listening though, mostly because she's too loud to block out, and things get weird. The guy she's describing sounds pretty physically identical to me. So I turn around, and this girl says, "Oh, he's looking at me now. I wonder what he'll do. I wonder if he likes me." She also doesn't have a yucking phone. Yeah, I got off at the next stop and put a whole train between me and that weirdo. Edit. No, she wasn't cute. This is a type of story that could be in some chick flick and be portrayed as totally not creepy at all. Had a one night stand in college, borderline blackout. She asked me if I liked her or something, and I drunkenly said yes in my post-coitus drunken high. Had her come over the next night. Woke up and heard her rummaging around my apartment, so I opened one eye and watched. She was looking through my drawers, closets, and food cabinets. I eventually got up and asked what the hell she was doing. She said she just wanted to get to know me better, then started asking me questions about stuff she saw, including medications in my bathroom. Told her to get her clothes on and get the hell out. 3 months into dating, she got me a necklace. It was a dog tag, and it had my name, plus, crazy's name, equals forever on it. It's been almost 8 years since we broke up, and she'll still texts my mom asking about me. My mom likes her and gives her ways to contact me. I haven't replied in about 3 years, still get messages every month or so. She learned my class schedule, would wait for me before and after class. If I was sitting in a chair she'd sit on my lap and wouldn't get off till someone yelled. She'd grab my hand if I was walking and try to keep me from pulling away. It got bad. She started to punch me, claiming it was in a joking matter, but I've been in fist fights with softer blows than that. She then showed me the cuts in her stomach from her nails. She said she'd dig her nails in when she was upset about me. I ended up reporting her self-harm to the school. I did mention how she followed me around and touched me even though repeatedly told that it needs to stop. They had a professor of psychology talk to her. Apparently she walked around campus for a month screaming about me. Stopped taking classes at that time because of how bad it had gotten. She was just trying to have friends and a boyfriend, but went about it in a bad way, so I felt a little bad. I ended up getting a fake girlfriend. A good friend would hold my hand and sit with me whenever she was around. Even went as far as talking about our ex life to make the girl uncomfortable and leave. She tried following my fake girlfriend and I once, but fake girlfriend ain't about that life, and made sure it didn't happen by making the stalker leave first and then immediately going the opposite way and driving around randomly till we were certain she wasn't behind us. Your fake girlfriend sounds like girlfriend material. She has high standards. Way out of my league. This happened on a older social media site when I was 13. This girl first left a comment saying I looked cute, started messaging me daily, liking all my pictures, and up to the point where she contacted some of my cousins to find out where I live and stood in front of my house 3 days straight. It was a weird experience. Edit. Thanks guys. One of the scariest moments in my life is now my most upvoted comment in case I ever forgot it. Wait, stood in front of your house, unmoving for 3 days straight, or every day for 3 days straight? Sorry, my bad. She stood there usually from 7 PM in winter times to at least 11. Winters aren't harsh here, only dark at that hour. She licked my bald spot while I was on the computer. Edit. Thank you all for the responses. Really helping me work through some things. Please keep them coming. I'm learning a lot about myself, and I think I'll call her up and try to finally have a grown-up conversation without any yelling from either party. Wish me luck. My ex broke up with me. Then, when she regretted it, she tried to convince me to come back together with her. One of her many selling points was that if we didn't become a couple again, she would sleep with all my friends. I warned my friends about it, and they avoided sticking their schlongs and crazy. She took that as a sign that I still cared for her, so after getting high and drunk, she broke into my apartment to watch me sleep. Luckily I locked my door at night. I found her the next morning passed out in the hallway. She left crying, and we haven't spoken since. If I told my friends that, half of them would be hitting her up either that night or the next day. They are doing it to defend your honor, like conquering a foe for you. I met a girl at the bar I usually go to. She seemed to be really into me, and we have a lot of the same interests, so we talked for most of the evening. Found out she is 6 years older than me, which didn't bother me much considering how cool she seemed. Thought that her added experience might teach me some new interesting things. Boy did it. After the bar closed, 2 AM, we went to her place and luckily her roommate was away for the holidays. Fast forward a bit, and things are starting to get heated as we are making out and almost baked on the couch. Straddling me, she tells me to relax my mouth. Confused, I comply with her request. She starts to what I can best describe as perform a tongue-based examination of my mouth. Not in a weird make-out kind of way, more as sticking her tongue between my lips and teeth, both the teeth in front and to the back, while doing a kissing motion with her lips every so often. I give it a few minutes of trying to figure out what she is trying to do while kissing her back, which she then told me not to do, and just to relax. I could endure about a minute of sitting with my mouth open while she tongue explore kissed me before it got too weird for me. The whole time I felt like a mother bird feeding its children with food in its mouth. I started moving for her to get off, lit a smoke, and asked her what that was. Oh, it's just something I like to do. I find it to be very intimate. Intimate is not the word I would use to describe that event. I finished half of my smoke, got up and told her I gotta go, while already heading for the door. I have not responded to any of her calls/messages. What are you doing? I read it in Cosmo. Hold still. Got any similar examples? Leave it in the comments below.